Brothers and sisters, this is Brother Timothy Allen coming for you live from Atlantic City, New Jersey. I want to share a few things with you, my brothers and sisters. There's a war going on, my brothers and sisters, and we're in the middle of a war, a spiritual warfare that's been going on since the beginning of time. My brothers and sisters, understand some things about this war, that we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, powers, wickedness in the heavenly realms. See, we are soldiers in this army. We got to recognize that my battle is not against you and your battle is not against me, but we got to look past the realm of the natural and into the spiritual. We got to prepare ourselves to be soldiers. God has made us to be warriors, soldiers. All right. There's a boot camp that we got to go through. Just like regular soldiers, when you get realistic into the armed forces, you go through boot camp. All right. In boot camp, they train you how to use your weapons. All right. They train you how to get into shape. They train you how to have self-discipline. They train you how to use your weapons of warfare, and they train you how to do combat. Same thing with spiritual boot camp. Spiritual boot camp trains you how to use your weapon, which is the word of God, how to get into the word and resist the enemy with the word, that is your bullets, okay? And prayer is another weapon that we have to learn how to pray constantly and seek God. That's a major weapon. And worship God and honor Him, that's another weapon. And praising and clapping your hand, that's another weapon. There's a whole bunch of weapons that we have to use in boot camp. We go through serious training in boot camp, spiritual boot camp. After our camp is over and we get mature enough into the realm of the spirit, now we recognize our enemy and we recognize how to fight our enemy. See, the Word of God says that we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, powers, darkness in the heavenly realms. So what I did is I added another verse onto another verse. But basically, what I'm trying to say that this is a warfare that's going on that you cannot win and I cannot win on my own terms. Only one that can win this war, which we already won the war, is declares it in Revelations that Jesus Christ is victorious over the dark kingdom. Let me explain what the dark kingdom is. The dark kingdom sit in space, which is the second heaven is space. That's where the dark kingdom lies at. All right. Daniel talks about this when he prayed 21 days. God heard his prayer, but he had to send Michael, the archangel, and fight the prince of Persia and fight his way through to get to Daniel. And as the angel had arrived, the angel said, I heard your prayer, but I have to fight the prince of Persia to get to you. Now, when I go back, I have to go through and fight him back. See, the dark kingdom lies in that space between the third heaven and earth, which is the first heaven. See, a lot of us don't recognize that because we're so stuck on ourselves. We're so stuck in fighting each other. See, there's a civil war going on among the brethren, and we're destroying each other with our own words because we want to murder the brother when he's fallen. Okay, I fell. Help me back up. If you're falling, I'm supposed to help you back up. We are comrades, my brothers and sisters, and we got to unify as soldiers. Our commander-in-chief is Jesus Christ, and we take orders from him. See, we don't have to fight a war that's already won. For the battle does not belong to us. It belongs to God, my brothers and sisters. Be encouraged by this video and recognize that we are at war with our enemy that's already defeated already defeated, my brothers and sisters. And you got to recognize our enemy is Satan and the fallen angels. But we have the authority and the victory over them, and we won this war. Be encouraged, my brothers and sisters, by this video, and remember that you don't have to fight no more. Let the Lord of hosts fight for you, and you shall be all right. God bless you, my brothers and sisters, and remember that God is in control, not us. Amen.